This is interesting. This is my first time going live, so I'm not sure exactly how this works, but we're going to wing it and see what happens. We're handicapping the NBA on this Wednesday, March 21st. So hope some of you guys can join us, and we can, if you have any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat there. Maybe I can respond. Again, I'm not exactly sure how this works, but I wanted to kind of give you guys an idea of how we handicap the NBA each and every day, and try out this live feature on YouTube. So I do have a 4-unit NBA premium play going today, so I won't talk about that game much. That game is between Indiana and New Orleans. I do have one matchup that I wanted to go over. And again, if you guys let me type something in the chat and see if you guys see this chat. I don't know how it works, so hopefully you guys can see that and you can chat back because that's kind of the idea. Man, I really need to get out something. I don't have a tan working at all. Getting pale as a ghost, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, I want to talk a little bit about. Okay, thank you, Alex. Appreciate it, man. I want to talk a little bit about today's NBA docket. Are there any games, Alex, that you're interested in? I'll be glad to go over that. The game I was going to talk about was Miami in New York. The Knicks traveling down to Miami to face the Heat. Whiteside and Wade are out once again tonight. I think there's value with New York at plus 10.5. I believe that line is a little bit high. So I was going to talk about that a little bit. Are there any other games that you guys would like to talk about today? On the NBA docket, our Sweet 16, I'm going to pass on college basketball tonight, but our Sweet 16 picks will be available tomorrow. Maybe we can go live every day between 11 and 11:30 if you guys like that. I think that's something we could do and perhaps get some discussion going between not only me, but all you guys that come in to the live video each and every day, because I believe that you guys have a lot to offer. A lot of you guys have really been doing well with the pick'em contest. And Spurs -5 tonight. I'll tell you what, the thing about that game, and I looked at it, but the thing about that game is you never know what you're going to get out of Washington right now. I mean, they're a fast team. I know they started off fast without John Wall, but then they've kind of came back to reality. And the thing about it is they play so fast that could give the Spurs some matchup problems. So that's a game I certainly looked at, but I'm going to pass on it. I believe the line is fairly sharp at 5. But as I was looking at that, if you look at matchups, and I've talked about rotations in the past, they can give some teams problems with how fast they play and how athletic they are on the perimeter. And I'm not sure that I like that play today. Whit, you like the Bucks today. You also like the Knicks and the Heat game over the total. Okay, fair enough. Hornets -1.5 at Nets. Charlotte fighting for playoffs. Okay, fair enough. The Nets, another team that plays extremely fast, but that should fit into Charlotte's a way of playing as well with Kemba Walker. They certainly play fast as well. That's a game I looked at. But let's get to the game. If any other comments you guys have, by all means, drop them in there. If you have any questions, let me know. Again, my premium play is on the New Orleans Indiana game tonight, so I won't touch on that. Yeah, Logic. I'm new to this live video. It's the first ever one. I didn't research it or anything. I just jumped right in. So we'll see how it goes, man. Maybe we could do this from 11 to 11:30. Not from 11 to 11:30, but between 11 and 11:30 Eastern time each day. Another thing, our plays come out at 1 o'clock Eastern at Doc Sports. So if you see a guy that's questionable to play that night, a lot of times I will stay away from that game. Last thing I want to do is release a premium play on a team when they have a couple of guys who are questionable to play that night. Maybe we find out at 3 o'clock Eastern that they are going to play. We can't go back at that point because our plays are released at 1 o'clock Eastern. The reason we release them at that time is because we want you guys to be able to take advantage of the best lines available. So that's kind of how that works. Thoughts on the Raptors at Cavs? We'll see. That's a good ball game. The Cavs. Here's the thing about LeBron James. And another thing about that game, DeRozan is questionable in that game. So I kind of moved that one off the board fairly quickly because of that. But the thing about LeBron James is when he's motivated, it doesn't really matter. I mean, 4 of us could play next to him, and you have LeBron James, and he could beat the best teams in the league. So it's tough to know which Cavs team is going to show up. But if I was picking that game, I would lean toward the Cavaliers because when their back's against the wall, when they really have to have it, when LeBron James is motivated, when they're playing a top-tier team, you usually get their best. But Toronto has been absolutely on fire as of late. They play fast. They are a matchup problem for almost any team in the league. So I think I would stay away from that one as well. Brooklyn easy for me to say, outright win and over. Say that one to you fast, boys. Raptors and Cavs under the total. Okay, fair enough, Whit. Let's get to the New York Knicks game. This is the one I was looking at. And as I get better at this, guys, I would like to be able to share my screen with you. I'm not sure that's an option on this. Bulls getting 9 at home versus Nuggets. Yeah, I saw that one. I think the Nuggets are going to be extremely motivated. I played them as a premium play a couple of nights ago in Miami. The game that went to double overtime, we had the Nuggets +2, and ended up losing by 8 in double overtime. I thought they would be extremely motivated in that ball game, and they were motivated in that ball game. But Miami played well. Miami had some injuries. But they played well and fought hard. And 148-141, I believe, was the final in that basketball game. As far as the Nuggets and the Bulls game tonight, I kind of moved that one off the board. That line does seem high, but the Nuggets coaches really came out in public and gotten on his team. And that's why I liked him in Miami a couple of nights ago. So I could see a big effort from Denver tonight. So I kind of moved that one off the board fairly early as well. Let's get to the next game. And again, you guys can go back and forth in the chat, and we'll get better at this as we move along. The reason I like the Knicks tonight, by the way, at Miami. And one of the main reasons is, again, Whiteside is out for Miami. And I look for Cantor to play well down low for the Knicks. I think this number is high. I really do. I can't see Miami getting up for this game. Certainly they got up for Denver the other night. Wade and Whiteside out in that game. They're out again tonight. But New York, what do they have to play for? Not much. But all of these guys are professionals. And if you look at the rotation for the Knicks right now, they have a decent rotation. And if you look at the rotation for Miami, no superstars. Of course, they play with grit, determination. But how much motivation do they have tonight versus this New York Knicks basketball team, one of the worst teams in the league? Certainly the Porzingis injury derailed their season, but they weren't playing great up until that point anyway. But the Knicks go through spurts when they can really score the basketball, led by Hardaway. I like the way they match up with Miami's team because Miami – they don't have a dominant player. I like Dragic a lot. Whiteside could be a dominant player. Of course, he's not in there tonight. Wade has absolutely been on fire since he rejoined the Heat coming back from the Cavs. But, of course, he's out tonight as well. I think this line is a little bit high, guys. I'd be interested to see what you guys have to say about it. I like the New York Knicks catching the 10.5 points. Let me get an updated line on this one for you guys. New York at Miami. 10, you can get it at 11 in some places. So, as a matter of fact, you can get it at 11 in most places. So let's go New York, number 755, plus the 11 points on the road over Miami. I like that play. Again, I'm looking for a 7-point ball game right here. And don't be shocked if you see New York in this ball game late with a chance of winning it. I know that sounds asinine to you, but I just look for Miami to have a little bit of a letdown. Double overtime win a couple nights ago over Denver, and in comes the limping New York Knicks. And again, I don't dislike the rotation of New York. They're not loaded with talent. They have trouble scoring the basketball. But keep an eye on Cantor tonight, as he should have a big game down low with the absence of Whiteside. So I like New York in that catching the 11 points. Again, my premium play is on New Orleans and Indiana tonight. Miami is my hometown team. I'm with you. Miami wins by 2 or 3. Okay, fair enough. I love the Knicks tonight, especially at the half. Okay. Bulls were tanking after the trade. I don't know. The Bulls, I'll tell you what, they went through a stretch there, guys, when they were playing some outstanding basketball. The Chicago Bulls, before the trade, as you mentioned there, Logic, before the trade of Mirotic, they were playing some really good basketball. and they've fallen on hard times again. Chris Dunn was really starting to come on, and then he got banged up a little bit, and he hadn't played as well since he's come back. But they have a young nucleus there. Be interested to see what they do in the future. Jose Ruiz, you slacking, Mike. Let's go sharpen up. I tell you what, man. This NBA season, it can be like this, guys. It can be a roller coaster. It really can. And Jose, you mentioned that, and we lost 4 in a row, then we won 4 in a row, and we lost 4 in a row, and now we've won 1 in a row. So hopefully we can get hot again. Before the season, we've been absolutely really good all year long. So hey, it is what it is. We're putting out a good product each and every day. We're working hard. We're watching a lot of basketball. As you can probably see the tiredness in my eyes. We've been watching a lot of basketball. I've mentioned to you guys in the past in some of the videos, you may or may not have seen it, but the NBA is about rotations. Rotations. I saw some of you guys on the video yesterday. You guys liked the under in the Houston-Portland game. I played the over as a premium play last night, and the reason is because I love the rotations of Houston and Portland right now. Portland playing such good basketball, especially offensively, as they had scored 100 or more points in all 13 games in their win streak. And Houston has the best, write it down, Houston has the best offensive player in the league. James Harden is the absolute best offensive player in the league with his pick and rolls, with his ability to score. But their rotation, guys, is fantastic. Rarely, if ever, do the Rockets have 5 players on the court not named Harden or Paul? One of the players is always on the court when they play together. They've been really good. So maybe we can do this again tomorrow for some Sweet 16. If you guys have any questions on that, I don't know if this gets posted or whatever. I hope it gets posted. Maybe you guys can comment in it below, those of you who didn't get it. Memphis and Philly. Memphis plus 12.5, man. Ooh, what a dumpster fire in Memphis. What a dumpster fire. Are you kidding me right now? This program, now, you guys know about Memphis. I mean, they've been so solid for so long, and they had the coaching debacle early in the year when Mark Gasol couldn't get along. They fired the coach, and now it's been bad. It's been really bad. Philly's my team. I love Philly, man. I love Embiid. I love Ben Simmons. You know, we had a game of the year on them early in November when they just destroyed Portland. They jumped out 16-0 in that game and just beat Portland to death at home. So Philly's my team. 12.5. Right, to me, I'm not interested in that game. That's just me. You don't know how Philly's going to get motivated for it. But at the same time, Memphis is just so bad, and their rotation is not good at all. But to me, the line seems fairly sharp, so I'm not interested in this. Ricky, yes, I hope to do this. You know, maybe we can do this 3 or 4 times a week between 11 and 11:30. Not a 30-minute program, but somewhere in between there. You guys, you make sure you subscribe so you can get the notifications when we go live, and all of your. Maybe we can do this tomorrow with the Sweet 16. I'm pumped up about the Sweet 16. I hope you guys are. Also, in college basketball, I'm passing tonight, but I took a strong look at Oklahoma State minus 5.5. That line's moving a little bit. Nah, it's staying pretty good. You can get it at 5 in one spot, I'm seeing. You can also get it at 6 in one spot if you want in Western Kentucky. But I like Oklahoma State minus the 5.5. If that line was 4.5, I'd probably be all over them. But Oklahoma State with a chip on their shoulders, they got snubbed. Make no mistake about it. But Western Kentucky has a good basketball team, and that's why I passed on it. But I look strongly at Oklahoma State in this ballgame, so you might want to consider that one as well. As far as the NBA, let's see, is there any games we haven't looked at? Clippers at Milwaukee. What do you guys think about that ballgame? Clippers at Milwaukee. Milwaukee been playing some good basketball as of late. What's the hot parlay tonight, Daryl? I don't know, man. I don't mess with parlays, to be quite honest with you. But my free selection, if you're just joining us, I like the New York Knicks plus 11 at Miami as my free play. But as far as parlays go, man, I don't do it. I don't think it's good for your bank account. I really don't. I mean, you can if you're looking for a quick score or a big score quickly, that's not really what I'm into. But I guess parlays could be your answer there. But me, I like to grind it out from the beginning of the season to the end. There's going to be ups. There's going to be downs. When we're hot, we fire big plays. When we're not hot, we'll scale it back. We'll even pass a couple of days in a row. And, it's just the way it is. I'm not going to put my money, because every game I release, I'm putting hard-earned money on there. I'm not going to put my money on something just to put a play out there. It doesn't make sense to me. So there will be days when we pass in the NBA or pass in college basketball and pass in the NHL. I'm very selective in the NHL. I like Oklahoma State tonight, money line. Fair enough, Gary. I like them, man. They're playing at home. I like it. I mean, I do. But Western Kentucky does scare me a little bit. I will say that. Let's see who Nick's looking to get Trey Young. You never know. Ricky, you're welcome, man. I'm taking Western Kentucky and Northern Colorado. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. That Western Kentucky team, the Hilltoppers, they can play some basketball. That's fair. Clippers showing their true colors lately in the back-to-back. I think taking the Greek Freak. Okay, that's fair. I looked at that. Man, I don't want to give away my premium play, but I want you guys to go look at that matchup between New Orleans and Indiana. Go take a look at that matchup. Come back and tell me what you think. There's several different places on the internet. I'm not going to post them here, but there's several different places you can look at matchups. I want you guys to take a look at that, though. What about St. Mary's versus Utah? I don't know about that game, Alex. I really don't. What do you think about it? What do you think about St. Mary's and Utah? I'll tell you what, yeah. College basketball this year, it hasn't been great for me, and I'm not hiding from that. We've done well with some SEC games, some ACC games. We're 4-2 in the tournament, but we started out 4-0, and then we lost that heartbreaker at Kansas. I'm sure you guys saw the three-pointer at the buzzer. That beat us. That beat us with a big 7-unit play, and then we had a clunker on Sunday. We're going to come back tomorrow with some winners. I'm looking forward to the Sweet 16. Any matchups you guys really like in the Sweet 16? What games are you looking forward to? Just as a fan, and what games are you looking forward to as far as handicapping goes? What do you think about Houston Rockets even money to win the championship? I wouldn't play them at even money. I wouldn't play them at even money, but everybody always talks about Golden State being the super team, et cetera, et cetera. But you can see an injury here or there, and they're normal, And a lot of people make a big deal about Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Draymond Green. Klay Thompson is the key to that basketball team, because he plays very good perimeter defense. And when he's on the court, he really gives the guards of the other team problems. So, but some injuries. Yeah. Even money, I don't think there's much value there. But, you can get them at 2 or 3 to 1. You might be on something. St. Mary's first half. Nice live. Yeah, first time trying live. Michigan, Texas A&M, you looking forward to that one, Alex? Okay, fair enough. Michigan, wow. What a conference tournament they had. Just like last year is good stuff. I think St. Mary's wins, better defense, more shooters, or more consistent at perimeter. Utah, I'm not going to be ready for this team. Okay, fair enough. Mike, I love how you're so up front on it. Hey, man, listen. The handicapping industry, the gambling business in general, it's a tough business, man. I'll tell you what you guys do. Try to pick these sports each and every day. Sometimes you overthink yourself. It can be tough. It can be taxing, especially if you lose a couple in a row. But the key is you stick to your fundamentals. You find what works for you, and you stick to it. Don't overthink yourself when times get tough. Don't get too arrogant when times are really good. Stick to your fundamentals and what you do well, and don't start pressing. Don't start doubling your bets, or if you you get behind a little bit, you start pressing. You want to play the first half, the first quarter, etc. Don't do that. Just stick to it and sharpen your handicapping skills every day. As I mentioned, my biggest key in the NBA handicapping is rotations, man. And the only way you're going to know the rotations if you watch the basketball games. Some of you guys, you're working all week. You don't have time to watch games. You have kids. I get it. That can make it tough. But if you can watch a lot of basketball, obviously I have the league pass. I record all the games. I try to watch as much as I can. And what I'm looking for is who's banged up, because a lot of times these guys are playing, but they're banged up. They're not playing at their top level. And I'm looking at rotations. And I know I keep saying that word, but it's extremely important. So that's what I'm looking for each and every night. Let's see. I like the Pelicans and the under. Let's see. I missed a couple things here. Let me scroll up, make sure I get all this. Year of the underdog, yeah, for certainly, man. It's been a great year for the underdog, especially in the NCAA tournament. Like the Pelicans and the under the total. Okay, fair enough. My premium play is in that game. FSU +6. All right. How about them Seminoles, man? I saw them play live this year at Florida, and they demolished the Gators. It was early in the year, but they were long, they were lengthy, and I didn't see much talent on the court. But for some reason, they're getting it done night in and night out. What about Toronto versus Cleveland? Thanks for the information. I'm from Lafayette, Louisiana. I'll tell you what, Kevin, thanks for the shout out from Louisiana, bud. Toronto and Cleveland, I mentioned that earlier. Toronto can be a matchup nightmare for almost anyone, but DeRozan is questionable in this game. And when a guy's questionable, we release our plays at 1 o'clock. And it's tough for me to release a play on a game when a guy's questionable. We really don't have a definitive answer before 1 o'clock. So I try to steer clear of those games. And I mentioned earlier, 4 of us in this chat room with LeBron James, and you have an NBA title contender when he's motivated, and he should be motivated tonight against one of the best teams in the league, Toronto. You never know what's going to happen with him. So I stay clear of that basketball game. Let me scroll up a little bit. Pacers should kill the Pelicans. Pelicans play in 5 games in 6 days. Okay, fair enough. Let me take a look at that matchup real quick. Pelicans playing 5 games in 6 nights. Let's see. I got it on the wrong one. Let me look at that. Let me check that one real quick. What else you guys think, man? Let me pull up this matchup. And again, I wish I could share my screen with you so you could see exactly what I'm seeing. And maybe as I get better with this, maybe I'll learn how to do that, guys. I'll do a little research and see what's up with that. 5 games in 6 nights. Okay. Let's see. 21st, 20th, 19th, 18th, 17th, 16th, 15th. 5 games in 7 nights. 5 games in 7 nights. Interesting. Oh, my computer has froze here. Can't get you guys back. I'm working on it, guys. Give me a second here. Chrome has froze on me. Take a look at that game. If you guys can still hear me, my computer has froze. I can't seem to get back to YouTube. But if you guys can still hear me, take a look at that matchup that I had the premium play on tonight, and look at it in detail, and you'll see some matchup differences there. I can't scroll up. I can't scroll down. I can't do anything. I can't exit out of anything. I don't know if you guys are still live with me or what. Maybe there's a time limit on this live. I'm not real sure. I have a Mac, and this has never happened before. I've never had the twirling circle like that. So this is interesting. It won't let me scroll up. It won't let me do anything. Escape. I'm not really a computer genius, but I feel like I know what I'm doing here. Look at this. Let me pull up YouTube on Safari instead of Chrome. See if I can get logged in here. Maybe this will work. See if this will work, guys. Not now. All right, looks like we're still live. What's the play? The free play is the Knicks. Yes, free play is the Knicks. The live is over. Don't know about the new contest yet, man. I'm working on that. You guys hear me still? Yeah, Brad, about Holiday, he's questionable tonight, and it was one of the reasons I almost passed on this game. But he's you guys can still hear me? Okay, fantastic. He's sick. He has flu-like symptoms. I wish I could share my screen with you right now. I got that circular thing, so it's hard for me. I don't use Safari very much, so I'll tell you what we'll do. We might end it here. Guys, I appreciate all of you joining me. Maybe we'll do this each and every day. Again, somewhere between 11 and 11:30. Somewhere, let me just say 11 and 12, because sometimes the handicapping goes a little longer. But if you enjoyed this live stream, what I'm thinking about doing is in the future with our contest, just doing it in the live stream each and every day. Maybe maybe upping the ante. We'll see. We'll see. I think it's important that as a community, we all talk it out each and every day. And, the object here is simple. We want to win. We want to win on a daily basis. We have Major League Baseball coming up, guys. Man, I love Major League Baseball. I love the way it sets up year in and year out. I get what you're saying there, Premium. Pacers, yeah, they certainly have a revenge spot. There's a lot of factors playing into that basketball game. But anyway, I will give you my premium results from tomorrow. I won't hide from it, win or lose. I like a particular team in that one. It's not a total play for me, and I'll give it to you tomorrow. Of course, you guys can get the 4-unit premium play at Doc Sports if you're interested in that. We've been doing well, man. We're pumped up. It's a great time of season. I don't know what part of the country you guys are in, but the pollen down here where I am is just unreal. You can get sick this time of year. It's different. So I hope you guys enjoy the live stream. Again, maybe I'll learn more about it. We can get to where we I share my video. Oh, snowing in New York, really? Wow. But maybe I can get where you guys can see my screen. I think that would be beneficial for you guys, and I think this is going to work out well. I appreciate YouTube for the ability to do this. So let's see if I'm still spinning over here. Yeah, I'm still spinning on Chrome. So I'm just going to close Chrome out. I believe when I do, though, it's going to kick me off. So that's what I have for you today, folks. The free play tonight, New York Knicks plus 11 down in Miami. I just don't see Miami getting up for this game. Sure, they'll probably win the game. I see a 7-point game here. And I won't be shocked at all to see New York have a chance to win this ball game late. I look for Cantor to have a big game down low. But that's what I have for you, folks. Again, I'm hoping I can post this video. I don't know if I can or not. Hey, join me tomorrow. Join me tomorrow night. Tomorrow morning between 11 and 12 sometimes. Subscribe to the video so you get the notifications. And join me tomorrow. We'll talk some Sweet 16 basketball. That's what I have for you, folks. Everybody have a great and profitable Wednesday.